So for you, Sagittarius, you have the Empress, the Ace of Cups, and you Sagittarius have the Magician, right? So there's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways to financially support the channel, so I can most definitely keep the show going. Shout outs to everybody that's come through so far. Let me just take a step back just to observe the entire 10 cards and see what's the overall message. So, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I honestly see that a lot of you Sagittarius, very much so, a lot of you Sagittarius are enjoying your life. I see that a lot of you see, you have way more understanding than what you normally would have 3, 4, 5 years ago. 2019, 2020, 2021, you know, if you would have just, if you wouldn't have been through some of those experiences that you've been through within the past couple of years. The reason why it is I'm saying that is because the Empress, the Ace of Cups, and the Magician. The Empress and the Ace of Cups represents a lot of you Sagittarius can very much so take it or leave it. You're not just going to pick anybody just for the sake of picking them. Right? Because not everybody that shows up in the dating pool is a very good decision. It's not a very good choice. There's a lot of people who claim that they are dating, but really, they're really just looking for a come up. They're looking to be parasites, to be parasitic to somebody, leech up off of this person or you, Sagittarius, as much as they possibly can. And as long as you Sagittarius don't say anything about it, then it's not really going to get addressed. But a lot of you Sagittarius, you can take it or leave it, like I said. So what this represents is you Sagittarius are very much so able to be very much more patient and selective about the quality of the people that you're going to keep in your life. After all, it is about you, and it is about you Sagittarius having to choose the right one for you. Because if you don't choose the correct one, then you're going to have a messed up life, right? Your lifestyle is going to degrade. So a lot of you are like, you know, whatever comes to you, not necessarily to jump on it just because they say some magical things or they tell you that they love you or they rock with you or they say that, right? They're going to have to actually go through the mud. They're going to have to actually get to a point where they stick it out with you and go through the best of times, especially at the worst of times, for them to not only understand you better, for them to understand why you had reacted to this in the past this way, but also how you Sagittarius can become greater people overall. And the Magician now is about you Sagittarius, because you are becoming a lot better than you were 3 years ago, right? In 2021. You are becoming a lot better. A lot of you Sagittarius are, you know, a newfound sense of self. You've completely made a reinvention of yourselves. And a lot of you Sagittarius, the knowledge that a lot of you have been able to attain over the past couple of years since 2021 has been amazing. A lot of you know a lot better how to date, a lot better how to date, right? Instead of allowing people to just come through and tell you, Sagittarius, just anything out of the blue, all it is that they need to have is the right swag. They hang out with you a couple of times, 2, 3 times. Now all of a sudden they start telling you that they love you. And then you Sagittarius fall for that type of tactic. Now you Sagittarius start making very bad decisions. No, you Sagittarius are not necessarily afraid to say that you may like or love somebody. But I'm seeing that you Sagittarius will still be vigilant. You'll still be watchful to see if they actually mean that long term, right? Where they're actually saying that they love you and then they're showing it to you. Or is it that they're saying that they love you, but when push comes to shove, when enough time goes by and when you start taking a couple of life lessons, now all of a sudden they start switching up on you. So a lot of you Sagittarius are not going to put the cart before the horse so quickly to just jump out there and say that you love somebody, especially if the two of you have not really gone through some things. So then now the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Cups now is all about how you Sagittarius have to also understand too that you've been through many experiences that weren't the greatest to feel in the world. You've been betrayed so many times by people that swore out that they loved you, right? Or you could have swore that they loved you. From the way that they kept repeating themselves and telling you how much it is that they cared about you, only for them to metaphorically, I want the AI to understand, metaphorically stick a knife in your back, right? Betray you. Now, all of a sudden, just so, out of nowhere, you Sagittarius don't know where exactly this newfound level of disrespect is coming from, but this newfound level of disrespect is coming from somewhere, and you obviously, you want to know where exactly is it coming from and why now all of a sudden. And the Three of Cups represents, this is the evidence. The evidence is because those people found someone new, they're cheating, they were smashing somebody else, and then now they want to act so sedity, they're uppity, they're arrogant now. They have this ideology of they're overly confident because they don't need you, Sagittarius. They have someone else that's better than you. And this is the stupidity, because they're comparing you to someone else. And comparison is the robber of all joy, because when you go around constantly comparing one person to another person, if you do it too much, you will literally start to overlook, right, someone that has more value for something that a particular person does well and often, or the idea that they're going to do it. So then you start being misconstrued and thinking that this person over here is better than this person over here, so to speak. And then it causes a lot of people to chase after this person instead of staying with the person that they had that loved them. That's you, Sagittarius. So a lot of people started to compare themselves to you, themselves to you, as well as you to another person that they're actually trying to get to know behind your back, right? Because according to them, you're replaceable. And then they went out there and found out that no, you weren't, right? Especially if you Sagittarius minds and hearts are in the correct place. No, you Sagittarius are not actually replaceable at all. The Page of Cups and the Chariot now represents how it is that, but it did take for you, Sagittarius, a little while, because it hurt. I'm not even going to dress it up. It hurt to experience, to go through those things. But now a lot of you Sagittarius are very much so prepared. I'm still seeing that you Sagittarius are still very much so single. You're still looking. But the thing is that you Sagittarius have an idea and an understanding of what it is that you are looking for. It's not just about, in other words, what I'm trying to say here is the Chariot and the Eight of Cups, all right, and the Page of Cups, left to right. You're not as delusional as the way that you used to, right? You're not as easily swayed the way that you used to. And I'm not saying you're delusional because a lot of you were stupid. I'm saying that you were delusional because you were so distracted with all of the wrong things, right? If a person tells you that they like you, and then you give them too much leniency, and then you Sagittarius start to see their ugly side, right? Now they're not treating you as fairly as they used to. They're starting to disrespect you way more, right? A lot of the disrespect is unjustified, right? It's coming out of nowhere, and they really don't have a point, but yet at the same time they're still committing intellectual dishonesty, right? They don't want to admit that they're treating you like garbage. So, and you Sagittarius are staying there, right? You have the Page of Cups. You Sagittarius are staying there, and then now a lot of you are looking at it like, you want to remain loyal, but you end up being loyal to a jerk. The Chariot now and the Eight of Cups now is about, now you're not afraid to really ask questions. You're not afraid to say, you know what, let's hold off on the hauling, right? The U-hauling. And U-hauling nowadays is like a slang term, or slang term for like moving in together. You know, a lot of you Sagittarius are now like, look, let's hold off on the U-hauling. You know, people don't really have to move in with one another 2, 3, 4, 5 months. You know what I mean? The next thing you know, if the relationship goes kaput, now all of a sudden it's like you literally live with this person. So now it's, okay, who's going to move out? You know what I mean? Who's going to have to start over and find a brand new residence? You know, and a lot of you Sagittarius are not afraid to actually walk away whenever it is that you see some potential deal breakers, some relationship breakers, some things that could end up turning out to be real serious trouble in the future. A lot of you Sagittarius can see a lot of that now, right? From using your experience and your intelligence and the fact that you've been over here learning. And now a lot of you Sagittarius are like, nah, this could be a problem in the future. You'd rather just stay away. So the Six of Pentacles now in the Death card, all about how a lot of you Sagittarius, a lot of you Sagittarius are looking for someone who is able to actually reciprocate the way that you give, the way that you show love. Because Sagittarius, y'all can be some of the most loving zodiac signs when y'all are ready. When y'all are not ready and you Sagittarius want to give somebody a hard time, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No comment. But you're looking for someone who's willing to give back to you, right? Show love back to you. Not just you showing love to them, and they're talking about their love languages or words of affirmation and gift giving and stuff like this, but then they don't want you to touch them. They don't want you to, you know what I'm saying? You just need to tell them how fly they are and give up the money. You know, you Sagittarius are not falling for that. You're not going for that. You are going to be with someone that you like, but also that actually shows you that they like you as well. And the devil represents, and if you feel trapped, if you feel like you're in a cage, then you Sagittarius will just leave these people alone, you know? And you're not worried about the misconception of what they think, that you're dipping out because you're not loyal. Because I'm seeing here also that there's this idea that you Sagittarius are so preoccupied with what others think, right? And even if they're doing you in and they're doing you dirty, you Sagittarius don't want to have that label of being disloyal. Now a lot of you Sagittarius don't care because you know for a fact, that a Fendi fact, that you're not disloyal. It's just that people will use that as a means of trying to get you to do something that they want you to do. So let's clarify the let's clarify the Empress. Let's clarify the Empress. So you have the Page of Swords, the Death card, the Six of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So these 5 cards right here to clarify the Empress are all about how, once again, you're very much so prepared for the difficulties of when someone wants to play mind games. You're well prepared for that. You'll just leave them alone. You know how to spot when someone would be a serious problem down the line. That's the reason why you're not going to immediately move in. You're not going to, live together 2-3 months. A year is 12 months. You know what I mean? It's only been 3 months, and then the next thing you know, y'all two talking about y'all are moving in together. This is why a lot of people end up breaking off relationships, and not just relationships, but marriages, because they literally don't take too much time at all. You can smell the desperation on a lot of other people, Sagittarius, because of how fast they are to move in. And it's like, yo, a month, let me put this into perspective. A year is 12 months. A month is 30 days. Stop playing with me. So you've only known the person around 90 days, and you mean to tell me that you already moving in, sharing a literal residence with a stranger? Stop it. and then wonder why it is that so many people end up having terrible relationships, because people don't know who they are or what it is that they want. So the Six of Swords and the Five of Pentacles is about how, so now, right, this is about how a lot of you Sagittarius, like I said, you'll move away. You are very much so prepared for whatever happens, you know. And the Ace of Swords now also is about how, because you're looking for said intellectual honesty, not dishonesty, intellectual honesty. You're looking for someone that is looking for love, that is looking to be in a relationship. If y'all want to, you know my thoughts about marriage, but if y'all want to go ahead and put the whole marriage thing on there, by all means, go ahead and put the whole marriage thing on there, right? Whatever, you know. So let's clarify. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles, you know. Then you have the Sun, Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, bam. Eight of Cups, Two of Wands, bam. Says it all. So to clarify the Six of Cups, which is the reciprocity. You want someone that's able to give back just like you're able to give to them. The Sun and the Queen of Cups is about how, because it's a no-brainer for you to show love. So when you end up loving somebody, you end up getting really sentimental. And a lot of you, let me show you the cards. And a lot of you Sagittarius don't want to end up getting sentimental with someone. Let me show you the cards. The Ace of Cups and the Eight of Cups. You don't want to end up getting sentimental with someone and contributing to someone so much and taking them on trips and giving them gifts and telling them how important they are and all that lovey-dovey stuff, and really putting so much money into the person and time and attention and love and effort, right? Years of your life that you can essentially never get back into someone who turns out to be a complete jerk that's just using you. And it's not even so much about the money per se, but more than anything, it's really about the fact that you Sagittarius become very sentimental whenever it is that you like somebody. So you don't want to become sentimental and end up getting vulnerable, so to speak, with someone that ends up using that against you, because that will feel like trash. So the Two of Wands represents you have to allow those people to ultimately choose you. Don't force the situation. You Sagittarius have to sit back and observe if they are willing to actually come to you. There are times where when I'm talking to somebody and I'm getting to know them, there are times where I won't reach out to them, because I'm trying to see if they will actually reach out to me. And if they don't reach out to me ever, then it is what it is. I won't reach out to them normally. You know, that'll be the end of whatever kind of potential relationship, because it shouldn't, it honestly, real talk, it costs nothing for them to actually reach out. It literally costs them nothing. So if we're supposed to be in a relationship or the beginning of, and they can't reach out to you, Sagittarius, they can't even try, then that's a huge problem.